Yet again, another crypto company reveals their exposure to FTX, this being 18% of their portfolio in unencumbered cash equivalents. This is the crypto company FalconX. We're going to share more details on this. I'll give my thoughts and opinions at the end. This article is from Cointelegraph. I'll have a link in the description for you guys. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you guys to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. FalconX says exposure to FTX represented 18% of its unencumbered cash equivalents. According to the crypto brokerage firm, the 18% ratio fell well within its counterparty exposure limits. Cryptocurrency trading company FalconX has disclosed that it suffered losses in the collapse of FTX. According to the company, its assets locked on FTX represent only 18% of its unencumbered cash equivalents. However, the company added that this ratio fell well within their counterparty exposure limits. FalconX insisted that despite its exposure to the now insolvent FTX, its finances remain strong, as it continues to facilitate billions of dollars in daily trade volume for its clients. The company also claimed that its monthly volume has grown by 80% month over month. FalconX saying over on Twitter, it's disappointing to see the continued impact of FTX's fallout on the industry. In spite of this, FalconX is fortunate to be well capitalized and growing, 80% plus growth over the last month, trading billions daily. In a 0% recovery scenario of FTX balances, FalconX remains one of the best capitalized firms in digital assets, the company said, adding that it was highly liquid with a 4% debt to equity ratio and with over 80% of its balance sheet in regulated United States banks. Despite suffering losses in the FTX collapse, FalconX maintained it had no exposure to Genesis, Alameda Research, or BlockFi. Well, that part's good at least. Since the abrupt closure of FTX, some cryptocurrency companies have downplayed their exposure to the failed exchange, while others have been caught lying to their investors and clients about the impact the collapse had on them. BlockFi, which initially denied having a majority of its assets custodied on FTX, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on November 28th. On December 5th, blockchain-based institutional capital marketplace Maple Finance cut all ties with orthogonal trading due to its alleged misrepresentation of finances following the collapse of FTX. According to Maple Finance, orthogonal trading had been operating while effectively insolvent. So one point I want to go ahead, as that is the end of the article, I want to point this out to you guys. This right here, BlockFi, which initially denied having a majority of its assets custody on FTX. So to clarify with that, they were making it a public statement that with the issues that were happening with FTX Global, they were saying that doesn't look like that's going to be an issue with us because we have our stuff over on FTX US. And then it was shortly thereafter that we found out that there was also issues taking place with FTX US. So then it did directly affect that of BlockFi. And BlockFi had put out a public statement where they said they were upset because they were finding out about the news and the collapse of FTX through Twitter. And remember, they're a big name company and they got a huge tie-in with that of FTX US predominantly. And the fact that there just wasn't proper communication between that, really upsetting. So trying to give a little bit of credit to BlockFi. Sure, they still messed up big with all of this, but when you're making an article and you're pointing certain things out, I want to make sure that certain details are included that you guys are made aware of. And in addition to this, also with FalconX, it looks like they kind of went the route where, hey, if we just kind of keep quiet and we keep doing our trades, maybe everything will be okay and people won't panic. Maybe they were considering, I don't know for sure, maybe they were considering that if they would have revealed this information right away, that some of the FalconX users, or a majority or a large chunk, could have started bailing out and then not trusted the platform anymore. Because they're saying here that they actually did quite well in like the last month. Remember, this news came out pretty recently with that of FTX. So now how do people react to it? Well, if trading's still been actively going on and being okay, even though they had 18% of their exposure to it, it's not the greatest amount, 18%. It's close to 1/5, sure. But if they're still actively trading, everything's okay. Some people may look at that and be like, well, the worst looks like it's probably behind us, so maybe it is okay. Some people may also look to just pull out some money and leave some still in there and still keep doing their trades. And some people may say, hey, look, the fact that you're revealing this now, I'm just going to pull out all of it. I think for the most part with this revelation, at this point, they're probably fine. As a company, I don't know their future status, but as far as for how the amount of users will be reacting to that, that's what I mean by being fine. I think a lot of users will probably still stay and keep using their services just because of the fact that, again, FTX collapsed. They had 18% exposure, and FalconX is still here. They're still actively doing their trades. Let us know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please go do your own research. I have a referral link down in the description below for Webull. You can get up to 12 free stocks if you use that referral link. You can also trade crypto on their platform. I have been using Webull myself for several years now. I like them, but again, it's an option. Feel free to check it out if you guys want. Down in the description is more information. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to we love SafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Also, thank you to my YouTube members for your support. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. God bless, and we will see you in the next episode.